Here's another episode of 50 Reasons Why Foreigners Love Japan. Number 50.
Eggs. The eggs in Japan are a lot more golden than the ones in America, and they taste better. Also, no matter what brand you buy, they're all golden and they're all really good. Number 49, mother's rooms. We went to a lot of mother's rooms our last trip, and I was amazed at not only how many there were, but how nice they were. There was always like a nice spot for me to go into, plenty of space where I can close the curtain and be alone. They were always nice and quiet and secluded, and there was also a place where like a big changing room that he could go into too.
It's just really nice because when you travel, you're worried about having places to stop to take care of your baby. But just the fact that these mother rooms are all over the place and they're really nice condition, like they felt very clean. Just having that, it just makes Japan such a great place to go visit.
Okay, number 48, Duo Jelly Packet. Our friend actually bought us these because they know that we like them so
You
much.
see this shit, people?
A lot of the ones that we saw in Japan
You see this shit?
Jelly plus butter.
30-minute video.
Really cool.
1.2 million views 7 months ago.
It's really, you can just squirt it on.
Number 47.
You literally only need to have one thing going on. You need to be white, and then you need to live in Japan, and then say nice things about Japan. And these people are like getting $1 billion fucking by Japanese people watching these white foreigners glaze their country.
Number 46, boxes to
We'll
put
return to this when there's more viewers in the stream. It's important that you're blonde, though. If you're not blonde, make sure that you you dye your hair blonde or something. It could be you. I would never ever compliment anything on this fucking planet. I'm too negative. It's literally selling your soul. Being like, oh, I sure love this jelly packet. Only Japan has fucking jelly packets. Let's go! Let's go! What's up, chat? How are we doing today? I'm gonna draw! I'm drawing! Oh! I'm drawing! How's your Sunday? I woke up, I drew a little bit, I went back to sleep, I tried to masturbate. I noticed that my brain was too fried on looking at 10 million images of AI-generated porn for myself to get an erection because my brain is fucked up. I went back to sleep. I woke up. I was like, maybe my brain has reset now. My brain had reset enough for me to jack off. I did that. And then I cleaned my car and filled up its tires because I have to like get prepared to start selling my my car on Tuesday and stuff. Most of the ban in Texas is banned. You mean like porn in general? Can't you access porn if you give the state your ID and stuff? ID and stuff? Or just use a VPN? Most of the porn. That's what happens when you give Christians control. In the future, everybody's gonna have to have a VPN, no matter where they're living. Ball is actually right, even though he's joking. I'm not joking, actually. Whether it's for Christian porn bans or whether it's for, you know, I don't know, general state surveillance, you're probably just going to have a VPN. The era of the internet being a free, fun place where you can look at sick shit is kind of over, at least unless you're gonna go out of your way and, like, you know, have tours and shit like that. We are in the era of great and shitification. Everything is gonna be worse and less fun, and it's gonna be in every part of society, but especially in the tech sector. You do jerk off to AI? I have a massive AI folder. I actually prefer AI porn to human-crafted porn at this point. I think it's because as an artist, I can really kind of like pick up on the individual flavor of other artists. So when I look at porn, it's sort of like, it feels like I'm jacking off to the residue of whoever actually drew it, and I want it to be like more impersonal. So it feels comforting that the AI is generating this, you know, completely impersonal, machine-made slop. AI porn is bad, I'll die on this hill. I don't care if it's good or bad, I just want to jack off, okay? Turn down your music. Is it? I don't think it is. I think you're just getting psyched out by the power of Ace Combat soundtrack. Anyways. It's time to listen to AI-generated city pop. With a fake Toyota AE86 with an extra side mirror on its right side for some reason. I mean, there might be a normal Toyota that looks like this, but I'm sure they just asked AI to generate video footage of the, you know, initial D car. It sounds legit. That's because City Pop was already like fucking, you know, engineered as fuck, so. Here's the thing about AI generated music. I feel like a lot of it sounds extremely passable, but after you're done listening to it, you won't remember anything about it. As someone who listens to a lot of AI music, that's what I've noticed. It never really has any real hook to it, and it doesn't really have any like defining characteristics. That's what really separates it from normal music, if you ask me. And like, if you listen to normal music made by people, even if you don't necessarily like it, you probably remember aspects of it. It's pretty interesting. It must be the way it just gets averaged out. It's hard to notice like obvious mistakes in it though, the way you can notice for like drawings. So it's probably much harder to identify like low quality, the difference between low quality human-made pop song from the 80s versus a relatively high quality AI generated song. Perfect for streaming. I mean, we've had this before AI though, that's the thing. It's not like an AI only thing. We've always had low quality remix or non-royalty music that you play in cafes. We're just having machines generate it instead of like these poor artists generate it and they get paid like shit. That's what we had in the past, but now it's just, we're just gonna have the machines do it for us. AI rap is also straight ass too because the lyrics aren't always incoherent. That's a good point. I haven't actually tried listening to AI hip hop. Let's see if you can't actually put AI into your description because everybody who produces this music fucking wants to make sure that they are treated like real artists or whatever. Hip hop playlist. What is it? Royalty free, I guess. This will probably give it to me. Hip hop, no copyright music. Two years ago. Alright, that's a little old. I think we can find... this 6 months ago. Yeah, just a lot of acoustic stuff. I think even the AI prompters understands that it sounds like shit if they have, you know, actual lyrics in it. Let's see if I can find anything that's new. I'm actually interested in this. Filters. Upload rate this month. Trap instrumental. Beats. Instrumental. Lo-fi rap. Oh no, this is an actual... No, I think this is AI. But no rap. It's actually very hard to find anything that actually has people. Blue Lights and Heartbreak, non-copyrighted, sad hip-hop for streamers and creators. 23 views. For every person that is claiming to be making money off AI. There are 90 people that have 5-view video. Well, okay, I tried, but I literally can't find anything with actual people, you know, saying anything. So I guess that's what they're telling us, is that AI can't do rap right now. But it can do 80s Japanese city pop. Hey Coronado, thanks for the sub. I appreciate the support. They don't use lyrics because the bot would just say random shit. I mean, this 80s Japanese city pop AI is kind of saying like 80s city pop shit. I know you can't understand because it's in Japanese, but if you had me listen to like a selection of actual 80s city pop and then like AI city pop, I probably would only be able to pick out the AI stuff like half the time. So, you know, basically a random sample, I would say. It would say racist slurs most likely. That's also probably a legitimate problem. Like, I bet a lot of these things don't let you, you know, drop N-bombs just based on the way the AI is trained. Your Gaijin in Japan comic really took off English and Japanese version. So, my top most popular posts are number 1, it's a new record, Gaijin comic at 84,000 likes, if we're counting on based on likes. Number 2, image about anime hags and when they age. That was also like about 80,000 likes. And number 3 was the manga volume or chapter 2 at 50,000 likes. But also I had a manga about Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro-san getting left by her boy toy and dying alone. So what this tells me is that people on Twitter are hungry for anime parody content. They want people to point out the tropes of anime for them. Lots of Japanese artists are of the Fujo. I think it's only one person, at least in terms of the people I'm seeing the reposts in my Twitter feed. Maybe there's more people drawing it, but I don't know. There's a small vocal minority of men who want to have sex with ugly, disheveled gremlin women with flat chests, so... That reminds me, I have to post my shit on Patreon. I haven't posted stuff in a while. Ugly women can be hot. I mean, she's not actually ugly. The way in which we judge people's attractiveness is whether their parts of the face are properly centered. I've already drawn an entire comic about this, but people who are actually ugly have like like their eyes are too far apart, like this, or more likely they're too close together or some shit. If you have the eyes and stuff in the correct position, so it creates like this kind of shape. What do you call it? A triangle where all the different sides are the same length, and then the mouth is in like properly balanced with that. Then that just sort of automatically makes the person look attractive. And because I tend to draw people that way, it's very hard for me to actually draw legitimately ugly people. You of course can't have the face be like too fucking fat though. Suddenly this person is fuckable. Yeah, I did a tutorial on it. I didn't do the whole triangle thing. That's something I picked up recently when I was watching YouTube tutorials. I started watching YouTube tutorials recently. And one of the professional artists on Proco, this is like this comic book artist, Ryan something, who was like, yeah, I was having difficulty until I started doing this thing with the triangles. And I was like, that's stupid. I don't need to do that. I should try doing it. And I did start trying doing it. I was like, you know what? He's right. Once you start treating the eyes, both eyes and the nose as like one chunk, it makes the whole like getting the face balance much easier. Sometimes I ignore it and I like put in one eye in a different elevation on purpose, but you know, you can break the rules on a case-by-case basis. What the fuck am I doing here? I'm doing the lettering first. Who the fuck are all these new people? It's because my latest Twitter comic blew up, so there's new people who are paying attention to me. Are your comics normally translated into JP? Probably not. I know there are Chinese people that translate my stuff. The Japanese part of the internet is literally just like a different world from American or English speaking part of the internet. And I don't think that applies to any other languages on the internet. Like, I think like Russians and Brazilians and all these other chunks have some sort of overlap with English, but the Japanese truly are incapable of reading English. So like whatever's happening on the English parts of the internet and having whatever's happening on the Japanese parts of the internet are really like separate. They're really different parts. It's interesting. It shows you how foreign Japanese is from like all the other European languages, because like all the Europeans on the internet, they know what's happening on the English parts of the internet. They can fucking read enough English to know what's going on, right? So, but not the Japanese. They have no fucking idea. This fucker always leveling up. It's not fair. I'm not gonna lie. I've been leveling up a lot in the recent months, and that's because I swallowed my pride and was just like, you know what? I don't actually know what I'm fucking doing. I need help. I'm gonna watch all these YouTube tutorials. I can have second screen content on while I'm drawing. I'm just gonna watch all the art tutorials that I was like, these things are worthless. And 90% of them are worthless, but the extra 10% in which they give you some somewhat helpful art advice are kind of worth something, at least. I don't know. Ultimately, every single YouTube tutorial comes up being like, yes, you can watch YouTube tutorials, but you have to do a lot of drawing to get better. And I was like, oh, they've said it. They've said the quiet part out loud. Yes, you have to actually apply all the knowledge you just learned. You can't just watch YouTube tutorials and hope you become better. Every artist does that, even the ones who lie about it. You mean watch YouTube tutorials or draw a lot? Because I think both might be true at this point. I legitimately was not watching YouTube tutorials until recently, and it probably hurt my progress a lot. Because there's a lot of nice little, you know, tricks and stuff that you can pick up. I mean, think about it this way. Anybody who's read a volume 1 of a manga drawn by a new author knows that by like volume 6 or 7, they have like improved massively. Right? Like, I'm sure you can all think of artists off the top of your head where you're like, damn, their artwork in volume 1 and their artwork in volume 10 looks like completely different. Well, that's what happens when you're forced to draw literally like 16 hours a day to do a manga. And then, but think about it this way. Before those manga artists got their manga series published, they already had probably drawn about, I don't know, like 15,000 hours, 10,000 hours at least, just to get there. So if professional manga artists can have like huge leaps once they start drawing, getting serialized and drawing even more after they've already drawn for 10,000 hours, that means that we actually need to hit like the 20,000 to 30,000 hour mark for us to actually get good at drawing. And I'm pretty sure that none of us who are, you know, amateurs watching YouTube videos on how to draw have actually drawn for anything close to 20,000 hours, so Volume 6 always huge improvement. That shit is for real. So Volume 6 is like about a year and a half of drawing 16 hours a day every day, destroying yourself. This isn't chill enough. I want more chill. Oh, it's Castlevania. No wonder it's not chill. Actually, we can go back to
at a restaurant. So we saw these everywhere we went, which is
helpful,
really nice.
chill
Each had
white people
backpacks.
glazing Japan
So
and getting a
that's hard to,
million
like, find a
views.
spot to put our stuff. And so they have boxes that you can just throw your stuff in next to you.
Oh man, Japan's so great. They have boxes
It's
you can
nice
put
to
your
know that
shit
we
in
always
on the
had a
floor.
place to put our stuff.
I'm a white person, and that's a great part of Japan.
This gorge was super cool.
Look at this
So we
river
went
in
to
Japan.
Shikoku, and we stayed in Kochi, and very
We're
nearby
white people, and
was
we
the
like
Gatsu
this
Gorge.
river.
It's the bluest water I've ever seen.
It's the
And
bluest water I've ever
literally
seen.
see the
Bitch,
fish
it's just a normal
swimming
river.
around. Tiny fish too. Like I'm not.
It
even
has
kidding,
fish,
big
so
ass
what?
fish.
Holy fuck.
You could see all the way down to the bottom, like the whole trail, like pretty much.
Oh my god, you could see at the bottom of the river? Holy fuck, amazing.
The bridges were really cool. Yeah. You don't.
Are
see
they
bridges
American?
like
I don't
that
know,
anywhere
but
else. And
they have
I also really liked how they have
156,000
statues.
subscribers.
Yeah, the statues were probably my favorite part.
That's one of my top 5 hikes of my life.
Number 44. Now, Japan has a couple records for escalators. There's actually the world's highest escalator in Osaka, but I wanted to talk about the world's shortest escalator. It's a 5-step escalator in Yokohama, and I don't know why, but
Okay, that's actually helpful.
That there's actually an escalator that's only 5 steps. It's nice, like I definitely.
It's a pain in the ass if you have luggage, so that's actually nice.
I guess I've
So
only
obviously
heard
paid off.
that.
They don't need to be paid off. They have like
But I
fucking
took out my whole
1.2 million
family
views
statues for Christmas
by
2 years in a row. 'Cause
dumbass
they're so soft. You
boomer
can use them.
Japanese who
That's
want
why
to
I
see
use them
white
for
people
Christmas.
glaze the country.
But they're so soft. They're the softest, lightest tissues in the world.
Number 42, Jodogohama Beach. So this is northeastern Japan. We really like Jodogohama Beach.
If
because
I was a
it's really
samurai,
cool
I would go here
formations.
so I could fight my
Yeah,
rival
they're
on
just,
the
like,
beach.
sticking
That
out
would
of
be
the
Kino.
water. The water's also super duper clear.
This would be in the
There's
Edo
like
period, so I wouldn't have
area.
some white
There's
pig
cool
YouTubers videotaping me.
Definitely want to go back to Jogo. Number 41, Japanese.
Okay, now we know we're in the
This one
stupid
caught me
zone.
off guard. I was not expecting this at all, but
Japan has almost
they
no
actually have
fucking
amazing
hamburgers.
Yeah.
It's so hard to find
One of my
hamburger
friends in Japan
places.
mentioned to me that they can't wait to go to
You
America
have to go to
try
goddamn McDonald's.
But really, I think the hamburgers in Japan are better than America.
No, they're
in some
not.
places. They're just so good.
They're not. You stupid fucking cucks. Holy shit. Just watching this is making me so angry.
Presentation was really good. Sometimes
Oh,
they made with
God.
beef. So one thing I also
Oh,
like
at least they have a
these
cute
hamburger
baby.
shops,
That's
very
part of the.
American.
You just have to show.
It's very fun.
Oh, make sure you have the fucking American flag. Oh wait, this is the
Flag,
restaurant,
here's
not
some
them.
American music.
Number 40, shabu shabu. Our friends
Why are they
took
so
us
rare?
last
I don't know. I
week.
think
We let them
McDonald's
pick
just
and
has
they
too
picked
much,
shabu shabu.
too much goddamn
Here's another episode.
stores. Oh. It hurts. Oh my God. I had so much difficulty going to a salon in other countries, but in Japan, I can go to a good salon. That's another thing. I'm not sure this is actually the case because I don't have white people hair, but based on my experience of having Asian hair, in general, I think you can only cut the hair of whatever racial group that is your like primary customer base. So if you go to like a black person barber, they're probably not going to be able to cut Asian hair, right? They can only use the fucking buzz cutting stuff, right? I think that's probably the same for Japanese like hair salons and stuff as well. I don't trust her at all. My fat ass needs a burger now. Shh, don't show your American too hard in the chat. The Euros won't know what you're talking about. They're gonna be just drowning their freedom fries in mayonnaise or something. I had ramen from a ramen poke boba place. It was mid. Honestly, I think that making ramen is so difficult. Like, it takes so much boiling and, you know, time-consuming shit. If the ramen place serves anything other than ramen, the ramen probably isn't going to be that good. That's my theory. Had a deer burger last Friday, pretty good. Love autumn food. I guess it's autumn food because you have to hunt them in the autumn, right? I had, what do you call it? Boar meat in Japan once. It was pretty good. It basically tastes just like normal pork, but I think it wasn't even gamey. It had more fat content. I want this to be more like this. Need those burgers. University life got me down 55 kilograms. That's like, you're gonna die 55 kilograms. Unless you started morbidly obese. That's like a full human being right there. How fucking fat were you to begin with? No, I weigh 55 now? Okay, I thought you were just like, you started at like 280 or something. That's still, pretty stick, yeah. Starving African child stream, let's go. know how like every anime female character is always listed at like 40 kilos? 140 centimeter, 40 kilos G cups. Yeah. What's with that? Because women, Japanese women aren't allowed to weigh more than 40 kilos. I don't know. They want to be light as fuck. Even when they have like massive ass and tits and fat thighs. It's fiction, so they don't have to, you know, maintain the laws of physics. Man, I'm not getting the, where's like the good PS1 soundtrack? Oh. Why don't our video game consoles make cool noises when we turn them on now? Sony should have never abandoned the PS1 sound. We should have just gotten the PS1 startup sound forever. Anime girls are birds with hollow bones and have minimal muscles. No, they all have superpowers and they're offloading some of their body weight in a different dimension. They all have pocket dimensions. Does someone remember the PS2 startup scene sound with its sound? Yeah, it's like, it's very ominous. PS3 had an okay sound, but it was a huge downgrade from 1 and 2. And I can't remember the PS4 and PS5 sounds, despite turning them on pretty frequently. But I can always remember the PS1 sound. Shit was iconic. So this is actually better music than the AI slop, but I'd rather have AI slop in the background because I don't want to actually listen to music. I just want, you know, vague noise. So how is everyone doing? Waiting for my pizza. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think pizza, at least American pizza, is overrated. I don't think it's actually that good. I noticed that when we had like a Napolitan style pizza, like an actual Italian style pizza place opened in my city, and I started mixing it up with like American pizza, and then I started only going to the Italian pizza. And I was just like, huh, I guess American pizza isn't very good. I've come to that realization. It's just too heavy. Not enough mayo and sweet corn for you. I didn't say Japanese pizza was good. Also, Japanese pizza is almost overwhelmingly Domino's, so it's basically American pizza. Reading old Toriyama manga one-shots. Nobody talks about the Toriyama one-shot in which Supergirl gets raped by a bunch of gangsters and becomes a prostitute. The manga theater book doesn't have that one. I don't think it was published by the company that publishes Dr. Slump and Dragon Ball Shueisha. I think it was in a separate, I think it was like a Playboy one-shot, so it wouldn't be contained in like the group of one-shots. You have to search for it online, but it shows up. Toriyama gave 0 fucks, so... In general, I think most Japanese pizza flavors are just bad ideas. I feel like Japan doesn't really do American cuisine very well. For example, steak. I spent a lot of time glazing Japanese food, but most Japanese interpretations of American cuisine kind of are ass. Japanese beef is too soft for my taste, and often too oily. I don't like Wagyu and shit like that. I like American steaks better. But Japanese fucking hate tough meat. So if you want something that's like chewy, it's very hard to find it in a Japanese steakhouse. Hamburgers, when you actually find them, are usually okay. But I feel like they often try and become too creative with it and like add avocado or shit to it. Or there's just not enough hamburger places in Japan if you just want a fucking burger. Also, it tends to be more expensive. I know like eating out in America is expensive, but if you're comparing like eating various Japanese food options in Japan, pretty much everything is under 1,000 yen to eat lunch in Japan still. Unless you're getting like something relatively high class. But when you get to like stuff that is themed like American shit, like American burger and stuff, it easily goes over 1,000 yen. Fried eggs with runny yolks are perfect on burgers. You know what? I'm fucking done with eggs, people. Stop putting eggs on everything. I don't want salmonella. It already has protein. I'm fine, thank you. I don't want a fucking egg. Japan can't do fried chicken right? What the fuck are you talking about? Karaage is fried chicken, bitch. You're saying that Japan can't do fried chicken. Ah, the egg! No, why are there eggs? Fuck. Take the fried chicken. Damn, that's a lot of boiling oil. Holy fuck. Oh, yeah. American. 2 kilos of fried chicken, boys. Look at all these birds that had to die so we could live. Will you miss America? I've been going back and forth between America and Japan quite a bit, so probably not at this point. That's a lot of dead birds. Oh shit, here comes the oil. Is there even anything to miss in America? Land. Having extra space. Also, it not being 1,000,000 degrees and super humid during the summer. Although, that's getting worse. More oil. God damn, that's a lot of fried chicken. Guns? I don't own guns. I prefer to murder things with my bare hands. Like a proper Japanese delinquent. Look at that. That's some fried chicken right there, boys. Shit, now I'm getting hungry. I need my karaage. What the fuck is the point of even having containers if you can't even close it? Look at that thing. They're pretending like it's in a container, but it's just literally just like exploding from inside because it can't contain the 2 kilos of chicken inside. Japan has so much good fried food. Holy fuck. It's crazy how Americans go to Japan and lose weight. Because they have like the most unhealthy shit. That's covered in mayo right there, I'm pretty sure. Japan has a shit ton of unhealthy food available for way cheaper prices than America. You can't get like 2 kilos of fried chicken in America unless like you're paying like 50 bucks. But in Japan you can probably get it for like 1,500 yen right there. But I frequently hear Americans going to Japan and just being like, yeah, I've lost weight by eating all this healthy Japanese food. And the healthy Japanese food they're eating is like Korean tonkatsu and shit like that. And it's like, bro, how the fuck did your fat ass lose weight? And the answer is just because like the average portion is less. Because the default portion is just less. And they're forced to actually like walk between the train station and the university or whatever. That alone causes them to lose weight. Yeah, and drinking tea instead of soda also helps probably. I've been drinking about half a liter of tea per day during uni. There's all these, like, health reports about how, like, green tea and shit is good for you, but I sure hope they don't come out and be like, actually, we were wrong. We were wrong about everything. Green tea is bad for you. It's like, it's too late now. I've already drank too much. Honestly, if I don't eat, like, salad or drink, like, I don't know, vegetable-related shit on a regular basis, I can actually kind of feel it in my, like, muscles and stuff. Like, my muscles start to feel like they're inflamed or tensed up. It's very mild, but I can still sort of feel it, so I can tell, like, oh, I have to, like, consume... Oh, I have from the twice here. That's so stupid. I'm going out of my way to do a rough draft for the fucking text. And I forgot that I wasn't even paying attention. It shows how much brain power I'm wasting talking to you guys. Yeah, this, there we go. Now we actually have some more space. My doctor doesn't recommend green tea for men over 40. Something about prostate or hormones. I wouldn't take that shit too seriously. There's so many different studies on, like, whether certain drinks are good for you or certain drinks are bad for you. The only thing we really know that is, like, 100% bad for you is smoking and alcohol and shit. I will definitely be drinking green tea in Japan. I don't give a fuck. Everybody else is also drinking it. All these old-ass Japanese men are drinking green tea and they're fine. There's probably not enough studies to actually make a conclusive thing about that. It's spearmint that can be bad if you drink too much. I never liked mint-related teas and stuff. It's one thing, like, eating mint gum, but... I'll be drinking barley tea and green tea. Lots of mugicha, which is like wheat, barley, I think. You know that black tea is the same tea leaves as green tea? When I learned that, it fucking blew my mind. I was like, no, it can't be. It was like at the end of the movie when you realize that the humans were the monsters all along or some shit. I was like, no, that can't be true. There's no way my black tea and my green tea are the same leaves. I've been lied to. Everything I knew was a lie. It's just different levels of, you know, aging. It's like in the sci-fi movie when you find out that the aliens that were invading Earth were just human beings that left Earth 10,000 years ago or something like that. Black tea, God, no. No, my wife is getting blacked by her Earl Grey tea. Just like black people, black tea isn't really black. It's kind of brown. Coffee at least kind of looks black if you have it fully inside the cup, but if you're drinking your English black tea, it's not very black at all. Well, you can potentially reuse green tea a couple. You will literally die of bitterness if your black tea sits for more than 5 minutes. I don't know, man. I let my Earl Grey just sort of sit in the cup for like forever. It doesn't really bother me. I think it's fine. Maybe that kind of British black tea isn't the type of black tea you're talking about, but... The only tea in which I truly got fucked up by was... I was having constipation once, and my mother is like a huge herbal tea person. She was like, oh, try this Smooth Move tea. That should help you with constipation. I was like, okay, I'll just have some Smooth Move tea. It's an all-natural tea. It's probably more mild and better for my body than like taking some kind of like prescription or over-the-counter drug. And I had it. And then like an hour later, suddenly I was just like shitting my guts out. And it completely emptied my entire bowels. And then my body was still convulsing and like trying to shit even though there was no more shit in my body. And that lasted for like 3 more days. Like my entire digestive system kept on contracting and trying to shit more and more and more, and there was literally no more shit inside me, and I was just like, oh god, make it stop, I can't stop shitting, oh fuck. And from that day forward, I promised myself not to ever underestimate the power of herbal teas. I learned the hard way on that one. It's so strange that barley tea is so delicious, yet so few people know about it. Japanese people drink barley tea, mugicha, in the summer. I'm jacked on channel points. What do I do with them? You should invest. Buy Nvidia stock with the channel points. It can only go up. Is it gachi time? No, it is not gachi time. I'm going to masturbate to the Red Lady comic. It's interesting that everybody assumes that the flat yaoi girl has red hair, probably because she has freckles, but I was thinking about how, because her head is, it's basically gray, it could be red or brown. You know, in a lot of old Japanese manga, you would often interpret fully black areas as the color red. It's interesting how our mind can play tricks on us on like what colors mean what in these black and white things. Highlight a message where you shit on Baal. No, I will ban every single one of your asses if you say anything negative about me. We're only allowed to glaze the streamer in this stream. I want you guys to all talk about how an amazing, attractive, charismatic leader I am. You look like a bowling pin. You don't know what I look like. Bowling pin is a weird ass description. That would mean I have like a fat ass. Nowadays even men want to have fat asses, so I don't even know if that's a bad thing. You sound really young for your age. I haven't been drinking and smoking, so that might be part of it. The streamer needs to be insufferable kiss ass. Hey guys! Welcome to our chill, cozy stream. I love you guys so much. Also, my dog is having a lot of health issues, so if you can donate and support me so I can pay for his medical costs, that would be helpful. I don't have a dog, guys, but we're not gonna talk about that. What's the most manipulative shit that I can do as a Twitch streamer to make money? I probably have to be a female to fully exploit my readership, but... Is it being like... I'm having a really hard time because I'm being exploited by my manager, i.e. my boyfriend or something? Crypto rug pull? Oh, that's right. Guys, trust me. My crypto will always be worth a ton of money. You just have to hold it. You could force a dog to stay on screen. I was actually thinking about Hassan's dog. What's the point of forcing your dog to stay stationary in the back of the stream for 4 hours? Like, the whole point of having a pet as a streamer and why the pets are valuable in the first place is because they provide like some sort of variety to the action that's happening on the screen, right? Like, people are getting bored with your video game playing, and then like your cat starts walking in front of the monitor and you're like, God damn it, Whiskers, get the fuck out of my way, I'm trying to play Overwatch. And everyone is like, haha, streamer sucks at video game, he can't play. Fuck him up, Whiskers. He doesn't deserve to be good at this video game. And you're like, no, Whiskers, you stupid fucking cocksucker. Ah! And everyone's entertained for like 5 minutes, right? So what's the point of Hassan having his dog on the camera, but he's forcing Kaya to sit in the corner for like 5 hours? Like, that defeats the whole purpose of having an animal around. The animal's supposed to provide like extra action. It's so fucking, like, he's become, it just shows that Hassan he's more focused on maintaining control of the shit in his area instead of, like, actually understanding the point of having a dog in the first place. The dog was a prop. It's supposed to be an active prop, not like a passive prop. Hassan's still not banned. He will never be banned, guys. I honestly think the best prop, if you want a pet prop as a streamer, by far would be a parrot, right? You get a parrot at an early stage of your streaming career, and say like you're a Dark Souls streamer, and the parrot is in the room the entire time you're playing Dark Souls. And every time, like, you fuck up a speed run or whatever, and you start swearing at the stream, then the parrot would, like, remember the shit you're saying. And if it has, like, if the game has, like, some really memorable voice lines that are repeated, like, if you're a Bloodborne streamer, eventually your parrot would start saying shit like, away, away, this town is finished, and stuff like that. And that would be entertaining as fuck. I'm surprised that we don't have more streamers try and capitalize on this. It's by far the best way of using a pet. If Hassan draws Michelangelo's David Dick, he'll be banned, suspended like it happened to you. I mean, if I draw it right now, I probably won't be suspended. That was just them mass banning people because everybody tried to get in on the action. We were all trying to fuck with Twitch, so we all got what we deserved, I guess. It was basically Twitch being like, guys, you can poke the bear, and everyone was like, ah, we're all gonna poke the bear. And the bear was like, no, actually I was lying. Fuck you. It was predictable as hell. I mean, Twitch has no idea what to do with, you know, the fact that people want to show tits and ass, so... See ya. All I know about Hassan is the guy's opinion is what fits his story the most in the moment, just like the Shadowless Man. Isn't that pretty much every streamer though, except me? I'm a brave truth teller that isn't afraid to challenge authority. Honestly, I was watching whatever compilation YouTuber did on Hassan and his dog issues, but I found it pretty disgusting the way in which all of his friend group, nobody was willing to admit that he had a shock collar on his dog and everybody was covering for him. It kind of reminded me of high school. It's like everybody has their little cliques and they're not allowed to challenge the authority of the person who's most popular, even if it's clearly, you know, ignoring the truth. Except these people are all fucking billionaires. I find it rather disgusting, to be honest. Have a cat and dog in my room, both competing on who can grab or lure attention. That's my room. So there's currently one cat in this house, and she is loud as fuck because she's old and she's perpetually angry. We have to spend a lot of time keeping her satisfied. It's a very troubling situation. The entire streamer bubble is really sketchy, like the whole Ludwig encouraging an alcoholic to drink and not caring if he harasses people. Phoebe is particularly apathetic to the cat's woes. I mean, I can't really make her feel better. Actually, I kind of can if I pet her enough. She just has a really bad attitude that she doesn't appreciate how much time and effort you're spending on her. It's very annoying. I never wanted to have that cat. My mother brought it back as like a accessory to the current cat who was dying of old age. Well, not dying, but my mother was worried that the other cat that we had in the house would be lonely. We had two cats. First cat died. Second cat was a very dominant, mean personality cat. So my mother was worried that if she got another grown adult cat, that the current cat in our house would bully the shit out of it. So she got a kitten. But the problem with getting a kitten is you don't know what kind of personality the kitten is going to have. It hasn't really formed its personality yet. So as a result, we got a cat with a personality that wasn't really compatible to both me or my mother's tastes. But, you know, it is what it is. You have to deal with it and keep the cat satisfied. This is the first time I've had a cat that's, like, super incredibly needy, both emotionally and, like, I don't know, in terms of, it's like a picky animal. Picky about the kind of food it eats, the texture, how much attention is given to it. And I'm not enjoying it. But it's okay, because I'm going to go to Japan now, so I don't have to deal with the cat anymore. The kitten ended up being too needy, LMAO. I think this was a relatively small cat among the litter, so that she doesn't have like the self-confidence a larger cat would have had. She's kind of gotten away with being babied most of her life. Does anyone recognize the soundtrack I'm playing right now? Because this is a one-game soundtrack playlist. This is Ragnarok Online. What this tells me is that none of you guys were Ragnarok Online players. It's not like you really hate their company. Oh well, I hope your mom doesn't throw it out or something. My mom is a cat-only person, so she would never ever do anything to make the cat even slightly uncomfortable. She spends way too much time capitulating to the cat and giving it everything it wants. That is one thing I'm not worried about. But even by my mother's standards, this cat is not the most fun creature to be around. Also, it's suffering from standard, like, old people issues, where they're just, like, uncomfortable and cranky in general. Something that we all are gonna have to deal with as our parents get old. Hey, what's up? The good thing about this cat is that it's easily satisfied, at least. So when it asks you to pet it, and you actually do pet it, it shuts the fuck up. But you have to pet it for like a solid 20 minutes for it to become satisfied, so it's quite a large amount of time commitment. So if you're someone who wants an animal with constant attention, then this is a good animal for those type of people. However, I am not one of those people, so... Result in The Shape of Water getting made? Yeah. Not gonna lie, I haven't finished a single Guillermo del Toro movie. I started watching Pan's Labyrinth, and I lost interest. Or maybe I have. No, I'm wrong. I've seen Hellboy stuff, so... I've seen 2 of the Hellboy movies. So I guess that's not true. That's Guillermo del Toro, right? I think I'm remembering it correctly, that Hellboy is Guillermo. Also, I've been forced to consume Guillermo del Toro content through being in contact with Kojima, so... Even that is more than enough. Yeah, I've only seen OG and Golden Army. I think there was a third one that wasn't his, but I haven't seen that. I mean, Hellboy movies aren't that great. They're decent, I would say. Oh, I did see both Pacific Rim movies, and the second one sucked, of course, as is expected. Frankenstein movie? Is that coming out? Really nice song. We need to go back to MMORPGs. MMORPGs taught people important lessons about everything worth something in life requiring lots of hard work for it, like meaninglessly grinding a video game for 10,000 hours. When you saw someone with incredible maxed out gear in an MMORPG back in the day, you knew they had made a lot of sacrifices to get that shit. But nowadays, none of that shit means anything. We had respect for the online MMORPG losers who were clearly wasting all of their university time to grind shit in Final Fantasy XI back in the day. But nowadays there's no real no-life checks in gaming anymore. Everything can be paid for. I have the Final Fantasy XIV collaboration Monster Hunter Wilds. I just like the time back in the day when we knew that someone who had amazing gear was literally wasting their life playing that game. It was like, holy shit, this guy must be the most insane neckbeard out there. There was a sense of fear and awe that someone would go so far. When someone was max level with VIS gear, you knew they didn't have a job and lived there with their mom. Yeah. I haven't played any video games in like 2 or 3 weeks now, maybe. Because I was like, man, I just have to draw every day. If I want to catch up to the professionals who are drawing 16 hours a day, I have to draw 16 hours a day too, and I'm not, but at least I'm not like, you know, wasting 4 hours a day playing video games, right? Like, that's step one. You have to sacrifice something if you want to gain something. In the most basic sense, that's time. Can't have it both ways. You don't have many vices left to sacrifice, buddy? I'm still jacking off. Time is the one thing that we all have to be prepared to sacrifice if we want anything. We're on cutting toilet time in 1 day gooning. I mean, I was sitting on the toilet for like 30 minutes at a time, and it was annihilating my hemorrhoid tissue because of that. So if I had just started shitting faster at an earlier stage, I probably wouldn't have all these fucking hemorrhoid problems to begin with. But I really, really like sitting on the toilet and like browsing 4chan and stuff, so I did it to myself. But I have noticed that forcing myself to get off the toilet in like 3 minutes has definitely helped the hemorrhoid inflammation. The problem is that sometimes all the shit doesn't come out, you know? So it's like, do I keep on shitting or do I call it a day? Jerking off is like 10 minutes at most. Not if you're trying to find the optimal porn online. You're searching for the content that you want to jack off for today. Effects on the brain. I will say that if you stare at porn for too long, you will get desensitized to it, that's for sure. There was a brief period in which I found a good AI generator online, and I was generating like 400 images a day, and it insanely just killed my boner completely because my brain was like, it was staring at these symbols for too long. Because that's what they are, right? It's called, what's the term? Gestalt collapse. Gestaltzerfall. Gestaltzerfall, German for shape decomposition or Gestalt decomposition, is a type of visual agnosia and is a psychological phenomenon where delays in recognition are observed when a complex shape is stared at for a while, as the shape seems to decompose into its constituting parts. In plain terms, if a subject reads or hears the same term over and over, that term ceases to have any meaning. With regards to kanji, a study has shown that delays are most significant when the characters are of the same size. When characters are recognized are of different sizes, delays are observed only when there are different patterns. Described as a phenomenon where the output signals from the brain go beyond their expected range. Literally discovered by fucking Dr. Faust here. Anime reference. Symptom of the bilateral region of perioccipital sulcus and a through and through bullet wound of this region. When the subject stared at a truck for a while, the truck seemed to decompose into its motor, chassis, driver cab, and the person could only focus on one of these parts until he briefly closed his eyes or looked away, which reset the shape. So what we're talking about is this. It's like... Look at this letter. Now really look at it. Keep on looking at it. Look at it. Keep on looking at it. Look, look, look. Stare at it forever. And eventually, you stop thinking of it as a symbol, but as like a triangle. A triangle on top of a base. A circle with a dot. It kind of starts to fuck with your brain. So if you stare at porn for long enough, you know, and you're looking at this shape, right? Like eventually your brain stops recognizing it as human, woman, sexo. And instead it starts to become like just this vaguely defined shape. It could be a vase, it could be something else, and like your brain no longer is immediately getting the whoa, sexo female, because like it's not actually a female, it's something that vaguely looks like a female. And your brain can no longer like recognize it as a symbol after a while. So that 100% happens if you stare at porn for too long. For example, Japanese porn censorship, where they have to put the mosaics on the female anatomy or the male anatomy as well. That shit is done by hand. I'm pretty sure it's still done by hand, even with AI. And the guys who are doing it, they have to watch porn all day long as they apply the mosaics. And I've read that no matter how horny you are and how much you like porn, after doing that shit for a month, you will not get a boner anymore. It kills your boner like permanently until you like get out of that job, because it's just absolutely destroying your dopamine brain recognition sensors. Ball going into the goon science. I mean, this isn't science. It's just well-observed phenomena. Anybody who's looked at porn for 10 hours a day understands what I'm talking about. People screaming of addiction about everything irks me personally, especially when peeps start coining dopamine or endorphin. Here's the thing, we have like pretty strongly defined definitions for recognizing addiction. So if like you can't control your impulses to look at porn, you're addicted to it. There's like a whole checklist of shit, but most people who are being accused of porn addiction aren't at that level. Like they're more in the probably should look at porn less, but they're not addicted to it. We have like all these studies on addiction. I wish I could be addicted to porn or games or anime, but they don't make enough good games in anime, and I'm not 11 anymore to want porn that much. I was addicted to Path of Exile 2 for a solid 3 or 4 days when it came out in early access. I was playing it until my eyes fucking hurt. And then I got bored. Because I had exhausted all the content. Which is what happens to me for pretty much everything. I can't be interested in something when I know that I'm reaping the same action, which is probably the difference between me and people who get like addicted to shit. Like I know that even if I play any more Path of Exile after a certain number of hours, like I know I'm not going to be able to see anything new, right? So at that point my my interest is gone. I don't think alcoholics get bored with their addiction. If I tried to be an alcoholic, it would be very ugly. Because I'd probably die of alcohol poisoning on day 3 or 4. I'm still debating whether I want to bring my PS5 to Japan or not. That's like the big moral quandary I have. Am I really going to try and go cold turkey and have no video game system? I mean, I can still play games on my laptop, so I guess even that is an exaggeration. But I still enjoy playing stuff on my PS5. However, my PS5 is fucking huge. I could probably fit it in the suitcase if I wanted to. But I've also told myself that I'm going to, you know, try and make a serious push at becoming a professional manga artist. And I'm just saying that I'm not going to play video games, so if I'm not going to play video games, am I really going to try and take my PS5 to Japan? Maybe this is a good opportunity for me to just cut the addiction and go cold turkey. Go full into your commitment. To be fair, there aren't really any good video games coming out. I mean, Neo 2 is coming out next year. So I'd play that, I guess. But that's about it. There really is not much I'm looking forward to, that is for sure. Even though I'm beginner, I managed to make commemorative artwork with Krita, Deco Pro, and my hands. 0% AI. I supported 2 cool games. How about that? I mean, cool, I guess. I don't know. I was able to make a living out of doing that shit, so I guess I'm in no position to say that you shouldn't do it, but to be honest, I don't really care about artwork and stuff. I don't know. Do you think that people like I'm someone who doesn't care about anybody using my own artwork to make their own artwork, but I also don't care about like them supporting my own artwork with their own artwork. I only care about the stuff that I produce myself. Honestly, I don't think people would even complain about people prompting fan art using AI either if the AI prompters weren't so obnoxious about being like, oh my god, I created artwork, all artists are gonna die and be replaced. If people are just like, I'm a huge fan of this video game and I want more art in this video game style and I'm gonna prompt some more, I don't think anyone would complain about all the AI prompters. I want to become capable in making decent artwork for myself, my projects and shit. If you want to do that, there's only one thing you can do, and it's spend lots and lots of time. Unfortunately, that's what it comes down to. There's no way to escape the time expenditure. When people would ask me for advice on art, until recently my number one advice was try and find some second screen content because you're going to be drawing for so long and it's going to be boring. But recently I haven't been giving that advice because I'm starting to think that maybe I can't even focus with second screen content. I still have second screen content, but I'm starting to think that maybe it's better if I don't have second screen content. I haven't really made up my mind on this yet. AI prompters that color manga should stop though. The problem there isn't AI prompting. The problem is that people shouldn't be coloring manga in the first place. It's meaningless. I always thought that the colored manga was meaningless in the first place. You don't really need AI to do it, and it was always unnecessary. Manga was never supposed to be colored, it was supposed to be black and white. Might get myself CSB. CSB is a good, cheap drawing option because it's $50 for the base package. So I recommend people getting CSB, especially if they want to do manga related shit, but even if they don't. Because it's $50 for the permanent license and it doesn't expire. So pretty much everybody can afford it. Yeah, there will definitely be Black Friday sales. I think there's also free trials that you can mess around with ahead of time to see if you actually want to purchase it or not. That's probably more important than waiting for a sale, is making sure it has the tools you want so you don't waste your purchase if you do want to purchase it. You should fuck around with it using a free trial and make sure you like it. It basically has all the professional tools you need. Except animation. I think animation, it has like a limited number of frames if you're using the cheaper version. Manga's already colored with black spaces and grays. Most fucks coloring them fuck up understanding it and only fill out white spaces with color. That looks like shit every time. Black, white, and gray are colors, people. Manga is already colored. And it was never meant to have extra color added to it. It's already complete in its current format. It's literally just people being like, look, I have a coloring book, mommy. I'm gonna draw Goku and color his hair orange. Except then they upload that to DeviantArt and are like, look guys, look at internet, look. I'm so talented. Cringe DeviantArt manga panel coloring was the AI prompters before AI. Videos that prove Japan is not like any other
Today
country,
we'll be
part
reacting to
3.
amazing videos from Japan, part 3. A really fast Shinkansen.
Oh my god, guys, high-speed rail. It's so amazing. Actually, it is kind of
From
amazing
what I understand, they were testing to see
if you're in
how
a
fast
fucking America.
the Shinkansen could go. There's no
That
way
is
that
pretty
people are
fucking
gonna-
insanely
I don't
fast.
think so. I don't know. I would not be surprised if people
Holy
are.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Imagine getting like fucking hit by that. That would be
I don't
awesome.
know exactly where this is, but there
I
is
hope that's how I
a
die,
restroom in a
getting
restaurant
pulverized
in Japan
by it.
that has this aquarium bathroom. So while you're going to the bathroom, you can see all these fishes all around you.
I'm gonna take my time.
You love aquariums.
Yes.
It's actually really cool. I want one of these in my house.
React
Sow
content.
Fox
React content Japan.
Wait, we can go there?
We can go here one day.
Wait, where is it?
I believe this is in northern Japan.
They're so fluffy.
It would be super cool to go here.
God
because
damn, I hate
it's
white people so
foxes,
much.
they're
Holy
out.
shit.
But to go somewhere where they're all
Never, yeah.
domesticated like this.
I think I've only seen a fox like once in my
Alright. Back to YouTube gotcha content. Ugh. .30. I have to go soon, but I want to finish some of this lettering. Man, lettering takes so much time. When someone asked me to do the Creature from the Black Lagoon content, I 100% wanted to do the lettering. But man, it is time consuming as fuck.
Yeah, it certainly can't. At least it's not.
You think a female version of the monster of the Black Lagoon would have tits or not because it's the fish? If there's one thing that Japanese monster fucking has taught me is that they almost always get sexy fisho boobs. I'm pretty sure Creature from the Black Lagoon, except Anime Japan, would just look like and then this, and then just make sure she has fins, but then you give her the boobs, right? And then you give her gills, but they would still give her the boobs. That's what probably would happen. It's basically Undyne, right? It would end up being Undyne, except Undyne doesn't have boobs. Except all the fan art is just like, whoa, Undyne. For one thing, she has like that weird mohawk hairstyle or whatever, but they rarely draw her like bald in the mohawk. They almost always like give her like a ponytail and stuff because, you know, people don't want women to have bald heads because they want to masturbate. Let's look at what happens if I type Gyojin Garu in Japanese. Here's our first search result right here. female with extremely small amounts of scales and the fucking fang. The skin-colored fang. I fucking hate the skin-colored fang. That shit sucks. Fuck that. Actually give her real fangs. I don't like the fucking skin-colored fang. I hate that.
2 seconds to explain what you're doing on my property.
I'm out.
Oh, hi. My car broke down a few miles down.
If you want to give a girl a fucking fang,
Town's about an hour north from here. My uncle can give you a ride.
actually
Oh, great. Is your uncle
draw
there?
the mouth
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
It's our
and draw the teeth
It gets bigger when I pull it.
and make one tooth sticking out a very small amount.
Rip the skin. Our dad had taught us not to be ashamed sometimes. Pull on it so hard.
Alright?
Rip the skin. Rip the skin. Especially since they're such a good size and all. Sometimes pull on it so hard. I rip the skin. Rip the skin.
Oh, my daddy taught me a few things too, like how not to rip the skin, how not to rip the skin by using someone else's.
Skin-colored fang implies she's thirsty? No. Sometimes it's the fang. Sometimes it's this, right? And then sometimes it's like this. Or like this. Like this is drool. This is fang. They're different. They are not the same. Toby caved into Deltarune, giving her actual red hair instead of it being her head fins. He's sold out, guys. I can never jack off to Undyne porn again. Now that Toby has betrayed my trust and made her less fish-like and more human female-like. I will never forgive him. And as a result, I will never play Deltarune or Undertale. He has lost a customer for life. You could never understand our passion for fangs. There was a actual Japanese idol back in the day. I'm forgetting her name, who had a fang, and people absolutely loved her. Oh, I remember. She was called Agnes Chan. I think she was like an 80s. She was a Hong Kong singer. But back in the day, people saw this and they were like, "Ooh, sexo, Chinese singer woman impregnation, ooh." I think this was Showa. See, look at that literal fucking fang on her left side of the mouth. She has her teeth are almost perfect, but there's just a slight imperfection right here. And for the Japanese, this was super giga sexo. What year was it? 70s pop idol. Here you can really see it, the fang right here. The slight teeth deformation. She's the OG Fang sister. I'm pretty sure she is. I don't know. I haven't really seen, like, if you read manga and stuff earlier than her, I have never really seen any, like, specific fangirls before that. I'm pretty sure it started with her. I think she is the OG.
I'll come all over you. It's a fucking D. Stick your finger in my ass. Do it again. For I'm so horny. Touch me there. Move your tongue around more. That turns me on.
What's her name actually? Agnes Chan. Pretty sure that is her name, but maybe not, I don't know. Do you think you'd ever consider doing a community stream where you critique your fans' works that they submit difficulty impossible? I mean, I've done it before. It just takes so much time for you guys to submit enough works for me to have like 5 minutes of content, so I don't do it pretty often. Also, I don't like being nice to people, but I also don't like just being like, this sucks. I feel like I need to have a slightly more nuanced opinion of amateur art. But it's a pain. You know, people spend a lot of time shitting on Japanese manga editors, but I can only imagine what kind of horrors these Japanese manga editors have to read in terms of like boring ass manga that are brought into them to read by fucking amateur Japanese manga artists, and they have to read all of it and not be like, God, this is fucking awful. It must be an extremely painful, suffering job that I would never be able to do myself. As opposed to a salaryman? I mean, Japanese editors are salarymen. It's my birthday. I don't celebrate birthdays, including my own, or my parents'. There were times in which my parents were offended that I wouldn't do anything on their birthday, but I was able to successfully train both of my parents to not celebrate my own birthday or their own birthdays. Or at least they celebrate it on their own, but they don't expect me to celebrate it with them. I don't think we should celebrate birthdays. I think it's stupid. We don't need to celebrate once per year just because we were born that day. I'm certainly not going to be celebrating my birthday. That shit's stupid. Dad Ball at least deserves one, man. Nah, it's okay. I did stuff when I was a child before I had decided that I wasn't gonna celebrate shit. The way I think about birthdays and stuff is that if something is worth celebrating, we should just celebrate it. We shouldn't have to like decide a day in which we celebrate shit.
Do you like what you see? Like what you see? You know that turns me on. Stick your finger in my ass. Oh yeah, make me come.
It matters more now because there's real intentionality from you as an adult. I am intentionally not celebrating birthdays.
Swallow my cum.
I don't want more objects. If I lived around my father and we were like, want to go eat out for your birthday, I'll pick up the bill, I might do that, but I don't live near him, so...
Do you like what you see?
Do you like what you see?
You see? You know that turns me on. Stick your finger in my ass. Oh yeah, make me come.
I found this Gotchi playlist since BB didn't post the link. It's literally just if you type Gotchi playlist into YouTube, it shows up. It's the first thing that shows up.
Touch me there. Do you like, do you like, do you
Alright, I have to go jog.
do you like what you see? Like what
Time for me to go.
you know that turns me
Oh,
on.
time for me to go run. See you around, boys. Good night.